I don't got no friends. I don't got no friends. You know what I mean? I got supporters, people on my side, and people on the other side.
Welcome to the shift where the whole room blows. DMG vibes got the city on go. Stand on what you know, every mind gon' grow. Just you black, I'm with you, let the whole world know. Paradigm like, yo, shine just right. Respect your view even if we don't align right. We can disagree and still keep the love tight. DMG family, we elevate the mind right. This that channel that be talking back, energy attack. Iron sharp as iron, watch the whole league react. Competition in the building, better tighten up your facts. We ain't clones, but we still mirror how you crack under impact. Every debater work hard, spot a weak, rap fast. You live wrong, paradigm shift, and break your stance. I'm the judge, the jury, the pen, the contrast. My bars hit always like a quadruple, buying to the shift where the whole room glow. DMG vibes got the city on go. Stand on what you know, every mind gon' grow. If you black, I'm with you, let the whole world know. Paradigm light, yeah, we shine just right. Respect your view, even if we don't all align right. We can disagree and still keep the love tight. DMG family, we elevate the mind right. We invite every mind, long as you stand on yours. Walking with respect, leave with open doors. Channel stay lit, views jumping off from boards. STL bounce, yeah, the spy from the source. Competitors, welcome, step up, don't fold. We don't fit pressure, we refine under load. Thoughts heavy, we press them till the truth get told. Shift so clean, it feel platinum even when it's gold. Come through correct, bring your logic and your proof. Speak your truth, just don't run from the truth. We debate with grace, that's the paradigm groove. Flow so smooth, even turbulence move. Welcome to the shift where the whole room go. DMG vibes got the city on go. Stand on what you know, every mind gon' grow. If you black, I'm with you, let the whole world know. Paradigm light, yeah, we shine just right. Respect your view, even if we don't align right. We can disagree and still keep the love tight. DMG family, we elevate the mind right. Where the home go. DMG vibes got the city on go. Stand on what you know, every mind gon' go. If you black, I'm with you, let the whole world know. Paradigm light, yeah, we shine just right. Respect your view, even if we don't align right. We can disagree and still keep the love tight. DMG family, we elevate the mind right. Welcome to the shift. DMG vibes got the city on go. Welcome to the shift. Stand on what you know, every mind gon' grow. Welcome to the shift. If you black, I'm with you, if you black, I'm with you. Welcome to the shift. We can disagree and still keep the love tight. Welcome to the shift. DMG family, we elevate the mind right. Welcome to the shift. DMG vibe, got the city on low. With paradigm shift, G304.
Y'all know I say that greeting for one reason and one reason only. It's because if you black, I'm with you. And I hope that you with me.
Hey, welcome to Paradigm Shift TV 314. This is your brother DMG the Poet, aka Brother Pianki, also known as the infamous DMG. And we got a powerful show for you. But before we get into our spiel, y'all know what I got to do. I got to say God bless to all my Christian brothers and sisters. And because Jose on here, I'm just going to leave it at that. Nah, let me say Hotep to all my Kemetic brothers and sisters. Let me say Islam to all my Moorish brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum to all my brothers and sisters in the NOI. I got to say peace to all my brothers and sisters in the nation of gods and earth, them 5%ers. I want to say what's up to all my atheist brothers and sisters. Salute to all my Abo brothers and sisters. I want to say what's up to all my Rasta brothers and sisters. I got to say shout out to all my Owaspy brothers and sisters. Create a gang. Last and certainly not least, I got to say Jumbo to all the rest of my brothers and sisters all throughout the African diaspora, be it here in the wilderness of the United States of America or beyond. Y'all know I say that greeting for one reason and one reason only. It's because if you Black, I'm with you, and I hope you with me. Our different ideologies should not keep us from uniting. We can have unity without uniformity. And last and certainly not least, we can disagree without being disrespectfully disagreeable. With that being said, my man, Jose Francis, man, what you got for us?
What's up? Number one, I'm going to add something to your list of sayings for 2026.
Go ahead.
And put some respect on the disrespect.
Put some respect on the disrespect. There you go. I like that.
Respect on the disrespect.
I like that.
If you're going to talk about DMG, put some respect on the disrespect.
I
talk
like
about
that.
The good work you do before you say you think you ain't shit.
There you go.
That's
there
what you
go.
need to do.
But if you think I ain't what my man just said, I got two fingers for you. But that being said,
that's not very Christian, DMD.
Hey, no,
you're supposed to quote a Bible verse. You're supposed to quote John 3:16.
The Bible say an eye for an eye.
It does, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's Moses' law.
Hey, no, okay.
Law.
Jesus said, if you ain't got a sword, sell. What he say? Sell whatever you got to sell and go get a sword.
He did say that, but he also told Peter, when the police roll up on him, he chop off the man, he pick up the man's hand, said, put it back on, and said, what? Put away your sword.
That's
facts.
facts.
Sword.
That's
you
facts.
die by the sword.
That's facts. That's facts.
Right.
That's facts. I'm willing to die by it.
If we gotta go verse for verse, let's go verse for verse.
I'm willing to die. I'm willing to die by the sword, my brother. But listen, man, you had something you wanted to hit me with, man. Let's get into it before you get into Kemet and its meaning. Talk to me.
I read your paper.
You read my paper on whether Christianity was forced on our ancestors, right?
Now, first of all, I wanted more. That's what I think. I think it could have been more in depth.
Okay.
And I think that you should definitely write a part 2, get more in depth, use more sources for me.
Okay.
Because to be honest, I told myself, out of respect for you, I should have just wrote a response as opposed to saying it. Because I'm one who always say, if a man put in effort and you're gonna respond, you should put in the same effort.
So what were your objections?
Well, first of all, I'm mad at you.
And family, I want y'all to peep my brother Jose got the beard game. He got the beard game going. He got it going, y'all. You know what I mean? He was a little mad that I kept postponing the presentation, but it gave him time to get his beard game right. You know what I'm saying?
Man, for real. But now, as I was saying, I really should write a response.
Okay. I want to know exactly what you object to.
You know what I object to? You trying to make sense. And you trying to make me almost become a Christian. That's what I'm mad at. No, that's what I'm mad at. That's what I'm mad at.
I didn't try to make nobody become a Christian, bro.
No, that's what I'm mad at.
I'm not a proselytizer. I don't proselytize, bro.
No, if you had done the typical I love Jesus, praise Jesus, then, I would have understood. And I probably would not have said nothing, to be honest. I would have just let it pass. But now you trying to make sense. You trying to make logic out of something. And that is not the way Christians typically work. They don't try to actually do that. And I know I'm probably going to get cursed out by 17 Christians. When you
probably are.
But you're not taking a typical Christian approach just by saying, I love Jesus, I believe in something. You're trying to actually put together something that appeals to people's logic. And 99% of Christians don't think that they have to do that. They don't know the history. They just want to praise Jesus. That's it. And they cool with that. But then when you come at them and tell them you don't know nothing about the history, maybe you should read a book, they get mad at that. They're very upset. They think the history of Christianity doesn't matter. And they never address it.
And that's my biggest issue, Jose. So
I know.
I feel like a lot of people talk about Christianity being forced on our ancestors, and they don't know our ancestors' history. See, I got people telling me they pray to the ancestors, but my question is always, who did the ancestors pray to?
Their ancestors.
So,
that's exactly who they pray to.
No. I'm talking about my direct ancestors here in the United States of America, bro. They prayed to Christ Jesus. So my thing is, if we know for a fact these people put their lives on the line just for the ability to go have church on their own terms, why do we sit here and act like that is not crucial? Why do we pretend that our ancestors was these dumb idiots who got punked into believing something instead of giving them the respect they deserve for having the autonomy and the brain function, the intelligence to say what they saying don't make sense. They not standing on what they saying, what this book say. Let's get an understanding for ourselves. Why we don't put respect on their name, bro?
I'll say this.
We claim to have this so much respect and admiration for our ancestors, except for when it comes to their belief in Jesus. That's weird, bro. It's weird. I don't care how you slice. All these people talking about they respect the ancestors, they lying. Because if you really respected the ancestors, you'll respect their decision to believe, and you ain't got to believe it. You ain't nobody petitioning for nobody to be a Christian that don't want to be. But don't sit up here and poo-poo our ancestors making their own decision to become Christians. That's all I'm saying.
I'll say this.
And listen, they admit this. They make this claim. DMG ain't making this claim. I'm telling you what they said. Read them slave narratives where they tell you the enslaver was full of it. They tell you that the enslaver was full of it. They tell you they risked their lives to go out under the cover of night to have church on their own terms. They tell you this. But we so disrespectful to these ancestors we supposed to love and respect so much, but that because it's Christianity, we dismiss it. But if it was Kemet, we'll be hotepping all the way. But because it's Christianity, we got a problem with it. If it was Islam, we'll be assalamu alaikum to the day is long. But because it's Christianity, we got a problem with it. We respect our ancestors except for when it comes to their belief in Christ. And I call BS. It's on you.
Well, after that very impassioned plea, and you said it all with your chest, all from your solar plexus.
And I'm in my pajamas, and I said it with my chest out.
So I'll say this: Christianity was initially forced on Black people. That is a fact. We're not going to get past that. We're not going to act like it was not forced on Black people. It was colonial.
You got to explain how it was forced, then, bro.
Because when you look at things such as papal bulls, they tell you if you're not a Christian, we have the right to take your land based on you not being a Christian.
Is that Christianity?
I can show you that. I can show you that, and I know you.
I got you. Let me ask you though: is that Christianity?
I'll say this: since at the root of it, the first canonized Christianity.
Hey, listen. This is not about semantics, brother. This is not about semantics.
No, let me explain this to you.
I asked a simple question. I just need a yes or no. Are the papal bulls Christianity?
It's Christianity, but it's not following the example.
See, I'm calling BS.
You want me to give you my honest answer?
Okay. So Jose, I got another question in. If the papal bulls is Christianity, right? If the papal bulls are Christianity, and we know we had the enslaver who enslaved our ancestors, right?
Yes.
We don't no dispute about that. And we know they used the Bible. They weaponized the Bible, right? They had their own Bible. They took scriptures out of, we know all that. So if that was Christianity, then what was the abolitionists that was Christians doing? Were
Now,
they against Christianity?
Listen to what I'm saying to you, DMG.
There's a difference.
There's a difference.
Hold on. Which one of these people? I just need a quick question, and then I'm gonna let you rock. Who was a Christian? Who was really a Christian? The abolitionists or the enslaved? Because they both can't be the same thing.
Well, they practice. Well, I'll say this: we do recognize that in enslavement, Christianity definitely was used to hide indigenous belief. That's a fact, and I don't want to act like they didn't do that. I'm not going to act like they didn't do that.
When that black woman, when that older black woman break out dancing in the church right now today, when she do that belly yell, that's indigenous African practices, right? Right there.
I don't have a problem with that. But we have to understand Christianity.
Hey, Herc. Let me tell Herc something. Hey, Herc, I'll let you come in, bro. We can do 2-on-1 but what you need to do is go to Substack and read my paper on why Christianity was not forced on our ancestors. Unless you read it, it ain't really nothing for us to talk about. But I can say this. This is what I'm gonna say. And then I'm gonna let my man Jose speak his speech because he got a presentation he gonna do as well. This is my issue. If people cherry pick a text, meaning that the people who they giving this text to don't have the whole corpus of the text, because Christianity is the whole corpus of the Bible, right? So if somebody cherry pick a text, how can we say they taught what that text is supposed to teach to somebody or forced it on somebody if they not forcing the whole text?
Well, listen,
that's the first issue. That's the first issue. The second issue is if the enslavers were Christians, then who was the abolitionists? Somebody, they can't both be somebody perpetrating a fraud. Somebody cripping, but they wearing red. Because if both of these parties is claiming to be Christians, one of them is fronting. They can't both be Christians. Okay. And this is the last part in this grand open and grand close. If our ancestors, by their own admission, tell you that they knew the enslaver was full of it, that they knew the enslaver was hypocrites, if they tell you by their own admission that that was the case and that they got an understanding of the text for themselves, how can we, in hindsight, sit up here and say something was forced on them? And this is it. If something is forced, why you gotta hide and do it? You ain't gotta hide and do what's mandatory. You can do it out in the open, because if they forcing it on you, they must want you to do it. It don't make sense. And all this talk about Christianity being forced is a lie. And it's time for us to stop lying. I ain't telling nobody to become no Christian. I ain't telling nobody to believe in Jesus. I'm saying y'all call yourselves scholars and historians and all this other stuff. I'm saying get scholarly and understand that your ancestors here in America didn't become Christians till after 1800. So when did they start forcing it on them? Because it sounds like to me, they didn't even really want them to be Christians. They didn't want them to be literate. They didn't give them the full corpus of the text. So when did they force Christianity on them? Y'all get Europeanism, which was forced on our ancestors, changing their names, trying to get rid of their indigenous beliefs, their culture, etc. That's Europeanism. Europeanism and Christianity is not part and parcel to each other. I don't care how y'all want to try to make it be, because it didn't start in Europe. It got to Africa way before it got to Europe. Another historical fact. Y'all better stop playing with me. But it's on you, Jose. I'm going to stop talking.
DMG is good for me. It's good for me because I came on here thinking this is going to be a simple conversation, and look what I get. It's good for me.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna stop. No,
DMG. It's good for me because somebody
in the chat said that's a lie. But stop me when I'm lying. Show me where I'm lying.
Listen, I'll say this,
Our
DMG.
ancestors in mass did not become Christians till after 1800.
Can I respond?
What is we talking about?
Can I respond?
Hey, Jose, I'm not saying this about you. I'm saying niggas hate the Bible so much that they'll get direct evidence put in their face and still deny it. It's weird, bro. It's just weird because, again, ain't nobody petitioning for nobody to be a Christian. I'm saying put some respect on your ancestors that you claim to love so much and respect so much name, because while you praying to them, when they was alive, they prayed to Jesus.
Well, DMG, I do understand what you're saying, and I do hear your sincerity in what you're saying, and I understand what you're saying, DMG. And what I'm going to do is what I promise. I'm not going to give you the typical reaction that I would give to other Christians and say they're full of shit. Because you are saying something and you are serious about it and you are impassioned about it. But giving Brother Jose a full clip ain't necessarily the best thing to do. Because I understand, yes, it was a half or 3/4 of a Bible. But when you're reading the Bible and it says slaves obey their earthly masters, I got a problem with that because the Bible says that. And when the Bible tells people, the children of Israel, don't enslave your brother, you can let your brother work off a debt, but anybody else can be enslaved. And then it talks about God murdering 355 million people. That's something I have a problem with.
So you got a problem. You got a problem with the. Hold on, Jose. So let me ask you this then. Since you got a problem with the Bible saying slave, obey your master, do you got a problem with the Africans that enslaved each other? And understand, I put respect on my African ancestors' names. I'm not gonna sit here and say Africans enslaved Africans. I'm saying these warring tribes that was warring over territory, that took prisoners of war and then sold those prisoners of war into slavery to the European, because slavery has existed since people existed.
Right.
So when the Bible in the context, so when the Bible in the context that in the time that it was written in says slave obey your master, do you have a problem with your African ancestors that enslaved the Africans that they was warring against?
But here's the difference, right?
No, it's a yes or no question. Do you have an issue with those Africans the way you got an issue with the Bible?
Of course.
Okay, break that down for me.
But the difference.
How is it a difference? Slavery is slavery, my brother.
Hold on, let me show you the difference.
Slavery is slavery.
But hold on, let me show you the difference. In modern times, our modern African brothers have apologized, poured libation for the souls of those who they have betrayed.
It's a little late. It's a little late for that, though.
Nah, it's not. No, but listen.
Yeah, it's a little late. It's a little late for that. It's a little late. Hey, you heard that song, Timbaland and One Republic? It's too late to apologize.
Well, listen. That's my brother.
We can't.
And you have to forgive your
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why Christianity. Because this is what I do know. If Christianity had something to apologize for, it would. Christianity can't be how can Christianity be responsible for somebody appropriating it and weaponizing it against people? That's not for Christianity to apologize for. That's for the people who did it to apologize for.
Right. But if a book can be used in that way, then clearly there's something wrong with the book. Because
time out. I'm glad you said that, Jose.
Because you know.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. You said if a book can be used that way, but we also know that our ancestors in particular used that same book as inspiration and motivation to liberate themselves. So yeah, you're right. If a book can be used that way, and then it can turn around and be used the exact opposite way, that's a powerful book.
No, here's what I'll say to you, DMG.
Did I answer?
You were a Kemetic practitioner for I don't know how long, DMG.
I was.
And you know every Kemetic practitioner that you talk to
and I got all the
has one story.
I got all the respect in the world.
No, hold on, but hold on, DMG. There's no deviation when you ask one Kemetic practitioner to another what it is. There's no deviation.
Oh yeah, no, it is. It's a lot of deviation. Yeah, it actually is. It really is, bro.
Well, I was never a practitioner. So
yeah, it
I
actually is. So
but
but look, I'm not here to cast aspersions on the Kemetic tradition because I got the utmost respect for it. I'm not here to do that. So I want to make sure I'm clear. I'm not here to piss on nobody else spiritual.
Well, I don't see well, listen, as a person,
especially the Kemetic tradition.
As a person
is what I want to know from you.
I don't see the deviation. I don't see
the
people who you speak to who are real practitioners say the same thing. Anyone who deviates from that is not locked in.
That's not true, bro. Jose, that's not true. That's not true. I know people who are genuine Kemetic practitioners who don't look at it the same way. I got a good sister who come on here, man, beautiful sister. And she literally looks at the netters as if they are literal spiritual beings who she communicates with on a daily basis, who guides her life.
But the ancestors didn't say that. The ancestors literally explain to you that they are aspects of nature.
Hold on. Let me finish. And she is an excellent sister. She an educator, etc. She attended the Temple of Anu. Now you have other Kemetic practitioners who don't look at it like that. So my point is, it's some variation in it. Right. I got a brother named Khalil Shabazz who come on my channel. Him and Elder Yara did their thing this past weekend. He is a follower of the NOI under the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He does not follow Farrakhan. But I got a brother named EJ who I know personally who will live and die by the words of Farrakhan. And that's the NOI. You have variations in spiritual traditions.
But guess what? DMG, when you go back to the original text explained to you that the deities were aspects of nature. It literally says, Shu is moisture.
Hey, hold on. Hey, Jose, we might have to
air and moisture and things like it does.
We might have to deviate. We might have to deviate from the presentation, bro. I'm gonna put this link in the chat because Hercules wants some smoke, man. Let me get Hercules up in here. Hercules wants some smoke. So
it's my fault because I came on here to do one presentation. And it looked like the universe led me somewhere else.
Look, it's your fault. It's your fault because you had to get your issue off with my paper. It's all good. It's all good. But Hercules wants some smoke, man. So let me get him up in here right quick. Hercules, hit that link, man.
My presentation is not that long, you know. My presentation is not that long.
We're gonna get into it. Let me holler at Hercules first, and then we're gonna get into it.
I would love for BK to come in. I want BK to come in.
BK make a great point. They all had different outlooks, bro. That's all I'm saying. And it ain't.
You know how bad I want to talk to BK apologists?
I mean, we might be able to set that up, man.
And you want me to tell you why? And let me tell you why.
ain't scared, man.
No. And let me tell you why. Because BK apologist is one of those people who got me upset because he's doing multiple videos on Brother Jabari trying to cast aspersions on the man's spiritual tradition. Talking about he is following some weirdo white people. And that's not true. You can't be saying them things. I don't like that. You trying to say the man's following some European? No. That's absolutely untrue.
Well, I say this, and I rock with Brother Jabari. I'm trying to get him back on. So I might replay the original video we did. But I will say this. BK don't usually deal in, I'm gonna say I've never seen BK deal in falsehoods when it comes to what he teaches. So
You've never seen the presentation you did about Brother Jabari? Clearly.
I've seen a couple.
And you're not gonna agree that is something that's true. Brother Jabari doesn't follow them weird that weird stuff. He's saying that, but he can't prove that.
Well, BK say refute him. He say refute him.
I don't have to refute nothing. But he know better than that. He don't know nothing about the Kemetic tradition to even talk about it. He never read a text in his life. And I know he never read a text. Because
my man.
I know that. And I would tell him that. And I'm not
my man Gideon say, oh man, y'all finna make me go get Brother Jabari, man. What y'all doing, man? What y'all doing?
The problem is, here's the problem. All those people talking never read a Kemetic text in their life. And I'm sure they never did.
We got my man Hercules in the building, man. Hercules, I have not been sipping, brother. So don't try to put that on me, man. I'm gonna text you the link to my Substack so you can check out my paper. But what's your issue with what I'm saying, bro? Is his mic muted?
Hey,
Unmute your
don't
mic.
get quiet now, Hercules. Don't get quiet now.
Hey, shut up, man.
Don't let that bass in the voice make you start to get scared.
Y'all-
Don't let that bass make you get scared.
Hey, and Jose can tell you, my paper is sourced. My paper's sourced, bro. I'm not playing around. So
You need
tell
to do
me
a
what
part two,
your
you need to do a part
objections
two,
is.
DMG.
Look,
You need
look,
to do a
man,
part two.
Look, hold up, yo. Wait, hold on. Let me put God damn it.
Come on with it,
I'm not
Hercules.
trying to,
Come on
I'm
with
not
it.
trying to
Hercules.
stop playing shit, yo. Look, yo, this Jose night, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been looking forward to Jose coming on doing
wait
his
a minute.
thing.
Wait,
Don't,
I seen you in the chat.
bro.
I seen you in the chat. I seen you in the chat doing all that whooping. Don't keep Jose night now. You was in the chat doing a lot of whooping, bro.
Nah.
And all I'm telling you is this is all I'm saying. If like okay, I ask you this question. This is the same question I ask everybody, brother. If I cherry pick the Kemetic text or the and as far as I know, it's no written text for the Yoruba tradition, but whatever spiritual tradition, right? I cherry pick it and I omit certain scriptures and or certain spells or certain surahs. And then I kidnap, let's say 50 people, and we go up in the mountains and we isolate it. And I disseminate that to those people and I tell them, hey, Gib put his rod towards his mouth and Haru and Sutek got down together. So the Kemetic text is telling you it's okay to be in an alternative lifestyle. And when those people go out into the world, they start disseminating that same information, but they let you know they only got this reference and that reference, and we know it's not the whole book of coming forth by day or the whole Quran or whatever spiritual text this is. Would you be comfortable calling that person a Kemetic practitioner or a Muslim, considering the limited information that they got?
I guess I don't know. I guess not. I don't know.
Okay. That's a good answer, Hercules, and I appreciate your honesty. My brother said he guessed not. He said, hey, family, I know y'all caught it. He said it kind of hesitantly. He was like, I guess not.
Hercules, man, don't come on here back and down, man.
Yo,
This between me and King Herc, Jose. Let me and King Herc walk this thing out. So now, Hercules just said he would not say that that's a Muslim or a Kemetic practitioner. So considering the fact, Hercules, that we know the enslaver who enslaved our ancestors, the European who kidnapped our ancestors, didn't give them the full corpus of the Bible, why do we say that they forced Christianity on them?
Oh, black man.
Break it down. Don't talk about being black, because I look, all my ancestors was black and they prayed to Christ. So it ain't about being black, it's about being factual. If those people who I just described wouldn't be Kemetic practitioners or Muslims, why do we say Christianity was forced on our ancestors when we know they didn't give them the whole text?
Yo, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm being bullied right now.
No, you're not being bullied. You got 18 black belts in real life. Ain't nobody bullying you.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? This is Jose night, man.
No, bro.
Now, Jose, don't open the floodgates. Go ahead. Open the floodgates.
I've been waiting so long. I've been waiting so long for Jose to come on and do his thing for so many times.
Listen to me. Hear me out. We gonna get to brother Jose. I promise you. We're gonna get to Jose. His presentation not even that long by his own admission. We're gonna get to my man Jose. I just need you to answer the question on why is it if those brothers and sisters wouldn't be Muslims because of the limited access they had to the text, the cherry picking that would have been applied, if they wouldn't be Kemetic practitioners, why do we allow people to say Christianity was forced on our ancestors when we know they had the slave Bible, when we know they had cherry-picked versions of the text? How can we say Christianity was forced on them?
Sweet Jesus, I know.
Come on,
we can't let Jesus be forced upon us. No.
You can't. I don't think religion or any belief system can be forced on anybody. You can't make nobody believe nothing.
All right.
But I need you to tell me, like, forget my opinion on whether you can make somebody believe something or not. I need to know how Christianity was forced if it wasn't the whole corpus of the Bible. Go ahead.
Well, first of all,
now keep in mind, you just said that if they didn't have the whole Quran or the whole Kemetic text, they wouldn't be Kemetic practitioners or Muslims. But I know you finna tell me how they can be Christians. Go ahead.
Yo, this is a conversation we really like. We really need to sit down and have more time to talk about.
It ain't even that complicated.
No. I know. I mean, I'm about to answer you real quick.
Go ahead. You really taking you to get out of Jose way. You really taking a lot of time to answer this question.
Okay. All right. First of all, I just want to say real quick. I don't know who the guy Q Butter is or QD, whoever it is.
No, that's outside the cube. That's outside the cube.
It's some guy. He was a QD. D Cube or something. Yeah, I don't know who he is.
Outside the cube. Yeah, he a good brother, a good atheist brother.
Oh, okay. I don't remember speaking to you, bro. But you posted comments like we spoke before. But anyway, all right. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm gonna make it real quick. Here's the thing. You're acting like it was one single time frame. That everything was put in one single time frame that we could put in. But no, we talk about centuries that things was broken up and divided into, and we could get into that looking at the centuries and how things was broken up.
Break it down to me. You got time?
Hold up. How things came about from going back from ancient Kemet up into Europe and back into Africa. You know what I'm saying? That the Christianity whole thing came together. And broke it down, put it back together, and went back into Africa to use as a weapon. To me, bro. Break it down. And then
how they do it? How they do it?
Hold up. And then the second thing is you're forgetting or not recognizing what's called a European rhetorical ethic. All right. So because you asked Jose, was the Aborigines true Christians and those who enslaved black people true Christians? Which one was it? And the answer is it was both, because they had a rhetorical ethic within their culture that applies to other people, but not to them. So that's how you can have the abolitionists and the slavers.
I'm gonna make this less complicated for my brother Hercules. I'm gonna make this less complicated. Can a religion remain authentic when its sacred text is systematically altered and restricted? Yes or no?
You said, can a religion remain
authentic? Can a religion, don't worry about Christianity, any religion. Can a religion remain authentic when its sacred text is systematically altered or restricted?
I'll say no. But the problem is, we know that Christianity was altered.
Hey, Hurt. I'm good with that answer, my G. I'm good with that answer. I appreciate your honesty, my G. So if the religion can't be authentic under those circumstances, y'all can't talk to me about Christianity being forced on our ancestors.
But Christianity is authentic.
I literally rest my case.
It's authentic. It's an authentic religion that came from out of Europe.
I just asked you a simple question. Can a religion remain authentic when its sacred text is systematically altered or restricted? You said no.
Yeah, but it's not based on the sacred text.
So wait a minute.
It's not based on
So now you're going back. So now you're going
I'm
back.
not going back. I'm not going back.
The Bible is literally the
text.
text of Christianity. It's literally the sacred text of Christianity.
Yeah,
What other
yes.
what other way do you do what book do Christians read?
The Bible, whatever, Catholic Bible, whatever.
So if the Bible, which is the Christian sacred text, is altered, right, as we just said, systemically altered or restricted, as it was in the case of our ancestors, why do we say Christianity was forced on them when we know it was altered and restricted? And then what we also know that we seem to love to ignore is when it wasn't altered or restricted, they made a decision themselves to follow it, because the enslaver never gave them the whole corpus of the text. When they got it for themselves, they snuck out in the woods. They hid under the cover of night, risking life and limb to do what the enslaver didn't want them to do. Because guess what? It wouldn't have been no consequences to doing it if they was actually doing what the enslaver wanted them to. You don't have to sneak and do something that's already mandatory, my G. So explain to me why was the invisible institution a thing if Christianity was forced on?
Okay, I see what you're saying, but you're mixing up the fact.
No, I'm not. I'm not mixing nothing up. I promise you I'm not. I promise you I'm not. I promise you. No, don't say I'm mixing up nothing. Because I promise you I'm not. I give you my word I'm not.
I give you my word you are. Listen.
What am I mixing up? What am I mixing up?
Okay, listen. You're confusing the fact that the core substance, the core message of Christianity, okay, the core message has not been changed, but there were some things of it, the substance around it has, you can say has been changed, but the core itself was not changed. You're mixing up the core, the foundation of it, okay, but the substance around it, we know you can point as you're referring to, especially over here, you could show that it was changed and altered, but not the core and the foundation of it. And that's what part that I'm referring to. It's the foundation and the core of Christianity that's detrimental to our people.
So what we've established is a text can be altered and restricted, and it not be Islam, it not be the Kemetic tradition, because that's what you said when you first came on. But with Christianity, those rules don't apply, because Christianity must be special. Because remember, when you first came on, you said if that very thing happened to the Kemetic text or to the Quran, you would not consider those people to be Muslims, Christians, etc., right? But when it comes to Christianity, those same rules don't apply.
But do you understand? Because I didn't understand where you was coming from, your point of view, but now I understand your view of it. So you change
your mind about the Kemetic text and the Quran.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Okay, so you see that a foundation, you have a foundation of a house. The same foundation, you could tear down a house, but keep the same foundation and build a different style house over it.
Hey, shout out to Cube. I like your response in the chat better than I like Hercules, man. Break it down for us.
Yeah, so number one, peace to everybody. Definitely peace to everybody. So number one, what we have to understand is that there's places like Abu Ghraib. You know what I'm saying? There's places like Guantanamo Bay. So as black people here in America, and we hold that legacy of slavery, so our captors, what they did was they instilled a form of Stockholm syndrome to our ancestors. So what they did was they forced us into be real Christians. So our ancestors were real Christians. They did believe that they would be going to some by and by, pie, heaven in the sky. Our ancestors were real Christians because we did believe this. Now, in order for us to believe this, what they had to do was they had to put us in a situation to where were in Guantanamo Bay. They had to put us in a situation to where they formed a sort of Stockholm syndrome into us. This is why you had a lot of black people that will love their master, and you have a lot of cool Negroes today. So this is how this thing actually happens. So when you actually ask the question and you say, well, were these people real Christians? Yes, 150,000%. We love the book more than white people love the book because white people just use the book to entrap us. So 100% our ancestors were actual real Christians. And that's not something that we can argue, fuss, debate about. These things were 100% real. We did believe it. We did believe this.
And
They
and
didn't believe it.
and
We
wait, hold up.
believed it.
And can I add to that we forget that you forget in your argument, DMG, that a lot of the slaves, the kids that came over here, they was ripped from their parents, so they didn't know the tradition. They grew up without the tradition that they came from.
You see what you did, Jose?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it.
Listen,
I saw it.
listen.
Jose, this your
I
fault.
really didn't want to go this. I didn't think I was really going to ignite this type of conversation. I thought he was going to stay 10 minutes and then we would get into the presentation.
I was trying
But
to
I can't
leave,
complain
yo.
because look what I did.
I was trying to leave.
Hercules accused me of being drunk and everything. Hey, Cube and Hercules, listen, man, I'm going to have an open panel on this particular topic, basically breaking down the paper I wrote. Y'all can go get it on Substack. Michelle, the best moderator in the game. If you in there, put my Substack in the chat if you don't mind. Y'all can hit that Substack. Look at the papers I done wrote. If you got any contention with it, I'm going to be hosting shows, taking any criticism. I got something coming up with my man Hemi because I said ain't no such thing as free will.
I agree with you on that one, though, DMG. There's no such free will in the Bible.
I got one that question whether the Satan, the serpent in the garden is actually one and the same with Satan. I got a bunch of stuff on there, and I'm just raising questions. It ain't about disparaging my belief or anybody else's belief. It's just about raising questions that some are common, some not so common. But we're gonna get down to the bottom of it and have some conversation. So me and Ken are gonna be talking about the serpent thing. Me and Hemi gonna be talking about the free will thing, and whoever else want to come on and talk about whatever, especially as it relates to Christianity and black people.
Yeah, if y'all get into the free will thing, I'll definitely tap into that because free will is just a lie. Like nobody has free will. That's fake as hell.
Hey, there it is. There it is. And so all right, I'm gonna let Hurt and Q go so my man Jose can get into his presentation.
Wait, Jose Q, what beef you got with me, bro? I don't know you.
Nah, it's just that I call you Hercules because I disagree with your position. That's all, bro. You can be a good brother. Like it doesn't mean that you did anything wrong. It's just don't do anything else wrong, and you'll be all right.
All right,
don't make Q beat you up on African spirituality, man. He'll beat you up on that too.
He could try. I mean, we got to come through one day and let's see what you got because, I already did it. You already, if you already did the presentations, and I didn't see you, but and
yeah, you're not equipped, brother. You're not equipped, but it's okay, my nigga. It's all right.
Oh
okay.
Man,
it'd be good if you could respond to either one of my presentations. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not equipped.
Nah, you're not equipped, brother. But it's all right. Let's let the.
All right.
Hey, are you gonna take questions? Hey, are you gonna take questions after the after he does his presentation?
Of course.
Yes, sir.
All right, so yeah, I'll definitely have some dissenting thoughts because I don't agree with that stuff, but
of course
I'll listen.
You don't.
Yeah,
I know you don't.
Yeah, of course, but I'll still listen though. You know I'm gonna listen, Jose. You know I'll listen.
I know you're gonna listen. For sure.
All right, that's what's up. I appreciate it, man. I'll listen in. Peace.
I appreciate y'all hitting the panel. Hey, Hurt, you still my man. So come back up.
Is that somebody you just met?
No. I've been knowing Q for years, man. You actually had a back and forth with him over on Wavy Channel. You probably just don't remember.
Okay. All right.
If you're still up, come back up and give your response to what Jose about to lay down.
Oh, I'm gonna back up everything Jose said. Period.
No doubt.
I know that.
All right, y'all. All right.
All right,
DMG. So DMG. What I'm gonna do? Give me 2 minutes, And I'm going to set up a dual stream so I can stream this part to
Okay.
my channel. So give me 1 minute, let me do that,
Okay.
and then we could get into the presentation, right?
All right.
You could talk by the time. I don't want no dead end.
All right. So listen, man, y'all know my brother. He one of the fastest rising stars in this community, man. He is very much a student of Kemetic history, etc. And he just finna come and put his demonstration down. We've been trying to do this for about 2-3 weeks, and we had some scheduling conflicts, but we're here now. We appreciate y'all bearing with us through my diatribe, and so now we're gonna get to the meat and potatoes of tonight's.
Well, it's my fault because I really started the avalanche. So
he really did start the avalanche. So
I can't really say too much.
But yeah, now the brother finna get into Kemet and its meaning. It's a lot of stuff being said about ancient Kemet, and the brother finna put it down so it can forever and completely be put down, and we gonna rock out. So y'all bear with us. The brother not gonna be too long, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Okay, so we're gonna put up the presentation, go through a couple slides. Now, I know that when I spoke about this before, you said you think that we might be imputing modern ideology on the ancient people, right? You did say that before, right?
I did say that.
Right. So you think that maybe, I mean, explain your position before I get into the presentation, because it is relevant to the presentation.
Well, listen, go ahead and do your thing, and then we'll talk about it afterwards, because I don't want nobody to. Yeah, no, I'm not hating on this at all. Let's get to it.
Okay, so Kemet and its meanings. Then we can go to the next slide. Is it moving?
Yeah, I'm moving. I'm on key terms.
But it didn't move in the. I didn't see it move just now. It's still on Kemet and its meanings. I don't know why.
All right,
there we go. Key terms. Right. Key terms.
So what it's doing when I put it on slideshow, for whatever reason, it don't change. So we'll just keep it like this.
All right. So we have key terms here, right? Now, all of these are from Aunt Mira's book. Unfortunately, I kind of rushed and I didn't put the exact page. No, actually it's right there, right? It says phonetic complements are monoliterals which are placed in front of and or behind multiple consonantal signs in order to provide clarity. They are in actuality redundant, and in this context, they have no separate sound value, right? So what this is saying is a monoliteral is a monoliteral is something that only has one consonantal sound, right? It only has one consonantal sound. Like, for example, if you do like the reed leaf could be like an A, so it only has one consonantal sound, right? And as I said, it could be placed in front of or behind. No, that's wrong. Something's wrong with that. That's wrong. Monoliterals are normally something that is placed behind the biliteral sign in order to provide clarity. They are in actuality redundant, and in this context, they have no separate sound value. So that means, as you get to the presentation, I'll explain that a little bit further. But the first part is a little bit of a mistake, right? So bear with me, I was rushing. Determinatives are picture signs that have no sound value and are apprehended to the end of a word. They serve to indicate the range of definitions that are applicable to a particular word, and that's on page 55. But in some cases, determinatives could be in the front, sometimes in the middle, depending on the word. And then we get into monoliteral, a word with one consonantal value. Then you have a biliteral, which has two consonantal values. So a monoliteral, I gave you monoliteral. A biliteral is something like chem, which has a K and an M as a value. And then you have a triliteral, which is something like nature, which actually has 3 consonantal values. So you could go to the next slide. This is from Faulkner's Dictionary, page 350. You have, can you put the cursor up on it or no? Right. Now go to the beginning of the word, right? Now that is either a alligator tail or a piece of charcoal. That within itself actually represents the KM sound. So that is Kem. And then the M and then the owl next to it is the phonetic complement, which is the M, and then the determinative on it is the actual hieroglyph, which basically did let you know that it's a physical description. Then they have, of course, the sources for that as well. Then the next one here, the same crocodile or charcoal with the M, and then you have the T, the half a loaf for the T, and then you have the crossroad sign, which is for a city. It's called I think it's a Nuit, right? And then you go down to the next one. You have the crocodile with the T, and then the determinative for people. So while that says Egyptians, that really means more along the terms of black people. And the last one is just something that has nothing to do with it. It just got caught in it. So let's go to the next slide. My breakdown of the term Kemet. Right. So I basically explained that already. So you can go to the next one. I basically broke that down in the right. I broke that down as well, so you could right. I broke that down as well now. So you can go past that because I already broke all that down. Right, I broke that down as well, so you can go past that one as well. And this is one of the attestations for Kem. Now, all of these attestations come from the TLA. So as you can see, the glyphs, I recreated these glyphs using JSesh. So it actually has the transliteration, the glyphs, and then the actual translation. So let's just go, and this is from the pyramid text of Unas. This is actually the first time you see Kem and Kemet, and this is the 4th dynasty, right? So this is the text that we're not going to get into we don't need to get into the transliteration and the actual glyphs. Maybe I could come back and do that in another presentation. But this is describing him in the afterlife. It says, "For you are the black ram, son of the black sheep, whom the light sheep bore, whom 4 clear sheep suckled." So this is the first attestation of Kemet. But in this case, Kemet is not a place name. It's a physical description of Unas in the actual afterlife. So we can go to the next text. This is an attestation from the TLA, but this is from one of Camo's stele, the 2nd stele, where he was at war with the Hyksos, or the Amu. It says, "After I broke up, I destroyed their cities. I set fire to their sites and places. They became red or barren ruined hills forever because of the destruction they had caused in that part of the black city." So this is him talking about, this is him talking about getting revenge or getting back at the Hyksos because they had actually brutally murdered his father. So this is him talking about getting back at them and taking and getting retribution for what they actually did to his country. So we can go into the next slide. And this is actually a primary text here from Unas, which is the part that I read. If you go to, bring the cursor up. If you go to the cursor, right? Go over. Right. Go down a little bit. Stop right there. This is actually where the text begins. And then as you go on, the last part is actually the part that as you go here, this is talking about seeing Unas standing as a wild bull with two horns on his head. And then as you go down, as you go to the two horns, right? So from here, go all the way to the end is part of the text. This is the first part, and then as you go, you see the two horns, and then you go down, and then we have the last part here, right? So that was pretty much the presentation. I didn't want to be too long-winded with it. So you can unshare the screen, and then we can have a dialogue on if you have any disagreements, if you agree, what's going on in your mind, and then we can.
So let me ask you because was this in response to the Metatron video?
It said that on there, but it kind of was, but kind of not. It was just a general response to people who tend to talk about it, don't know the language, don't know the nuance, and just want to run their mouth, bring on experts, and then have the experts actually agree with what we're saying. So it's a general response to show people that you can't just talk. You must have some attestation, some sort of presentation to be able to show the linguistic range of what Kemet actually means, as opposed to just talking. Because and when you do it, the actual place name started in the 12th dynasty. So those texts I'm talking about would have been from somewhere around the 12th dynasty, when it actually became a place name. And even at that point, it was only certain parts, because they have texts like the eloquent president that says he's going down to Kemet. So that means he wasn't in Kemet where he was. So there's a lot of nuances to the term Kemet in terms of how it actually developed. But I'm not necessarily the language guy. So I'm just did a little small presentation just to kind of put the discussion out there.
Hey, listen, I want y'all to pay attention. So my brother Jose be trying to act like he ain't feeling what his brother DMG be putting down, but y'all see he got that beard game going tonight. You feel me? Right. I don't know if that's just because he on paradigm shift, he got the beard game going, or if that's something he rocking from now on. But y'all see, man, I got a little bit of influence on my brother Jose. That's all I'm gonna say. That ball, I don't know how he was rocking that ball bearded look before he started kicking it with DMG. Hey, we got Outside the Cube in the building, and the link is in the chat. Y'all come up if y'all got a question or a comment for our brother Jose. What you got for him, Cube?
We listening, Cube.
Unmute your mic, Cube, if it's muted. Cube, you there?
So DMG, do you have any pushback before we go to Cube?
No, I don't have any pushback, man. I think that like I say, I think it's a chance that when we talk about the word black as it relates to black people, I think that we may be taking the modern context.
Can y'all hear me now?
We can hear you now. Go ahead, Q.
No, finish up what you were saying.
I feel like we take it because see, this is what people lose. And if I'm factually incorrect, either one of y'all stop me in my tracks. But my understanding of history is that this term black, in terms of categorizing people of African descent as black, began in what would become the United States of America. That's all. This way of categorizing people of European descent as white started here in what would become the United States.
Okay.
So it seemed, real quick, Jose, it seemed like we superimpose that paradigm over the ancient world, and I think that's a little problematic. That's all.
Really quick.
Hold on, Q. Let me respond to what you're saying. What you're saying is I think you're superimposing the racial term black with the simple physical description of black. It wasn't a racial term. It was a simple physical description, just as if you say he's fat, he's skinny, her breasts are big, his eyes are brown. It was just a simple physical description of how they described themselves. They didn't have this racist tone that it made them better than anyone else. This is how they described themselves, and they saw it as something sacred because that's how they described themselves. There was no racial undertone. It was just a simple physical description, just as any other physical description. Now in 2020, now in 2026, we're superimposing that onto race and saying that we can't take that away from race. But it didn't. That black physical description didn't start with race. It was put into race to make you feel inferior. Whereas the
Yeah.
ancestors said, because we have
Hey,
physical
hey,
description,
indigenous
it is
black
sacred and
man. Indigenous
that's
black man, hit the link, bro. Hit the link. Q,
that's
go
it.
ahead and respond, bro. I'm gonna go on mute.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
Q, I'm gonna mute
let
out.
me
You can go ahead and
let
listen.
me disagree with that because that's incorrect, brother. Because you're trying to say that we're super imposing that. No, what you guys are doing, you're superimposing that because what you're doing is you're trying to retcon history. Because what you want to do is you want to go into ancient texts and you want to cherry pick the word black. But what you cannot do is you cannot go into ancient white people's text and find where they were calling themselves white or where they were calling other groups of people that look like them, other Europeans, to where they were calling them white. They were never calling themselves white. But what you want to do is you want to go into ancient Kemetic texts and show that they were calling themselves black, which that's not the case. But what you're doing is you are under the auspice of the racism, white supremacy that white people have actually pushed onto us because what you're trying to do is find yourself in ancient texts. White people are not trying to find themselves in ancient texts to that degree. What white people are trying to do is they're trying to take over the text and say, those are just us. But they're not trying to find certain words and say, well, this is how we know this and this is how we know that. What you're trying to do is, and this is what a lot of you guys do that operate under this comedic, excuse my French, garbage. Like, this is what you guys do. But there is no place to where you can go to the Vikings and see them calling themselves white and all of that. But what you want to do is you want to go to ancient Kemetic text and find black this and then automatically superimpose that on yourself and say, oh, these people were black because look, they said they were black. No, you don't go to the Vikings and you don't see them calling themselves white. Why? Because ancient people didn't have to do that. What they did was they talked about what they talked about, whether it be the land that they took, the places that they went, plundered, battles that they fought, and that's how they left it. But you're attempting to change that because you want to be a part of that history instead of just being West African and just take that for what it is. You don't want to be a part of that. You want to be something greater because initially the Europeans came and attempted to steal Kemet. In order for you to have them not steal Kemet, you want to plant your flag down and say, hey, no, 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 it was actually black. It was actually this. Comment.
All of that sounds good when you have nothing to actually back it up. You can't prove to me that that word didn't mean black. You can't prove to me that they didn't describe themselves as black. You can't prove to me that they didn't describe their deities as black. Because the actual texts do use that word black or dark. They do describe them and they do depict them as being the blackest of black. They do that. The ancient, first of all, there isn't such thing as ancient European texts compared to Africa to begin with. So we're not even going there. And when you look at it, they actually used what they actually did was compare black to black, which means you're either dark black, which is Chem, or Desheret, which is lighter black. The
All right.
text says that, and when you read the text, you know that. But
All
you're
right.
just talking because you've never read an actual primary text in your primary Kemetic text in your life.
What was
So
see
you
what
can't tell me what it means because you don't know what it means.
what
You
was
can't
see
recognize the glyphs and you can't argue, make a linguistic argument. You're just simply saying you don't think so. You're
right.
atheist and you think everything spiritual is garbage.
Right. So what I don't have to do is I don't have to read a Mexican text to tell you that it's Spanish and I understand what they're talking about. Because what you don't understand is that when they're using the word black, they're not talking about everybody that's on the face of the earth in black people. They're not using the word how we use the word today. And what you're doing, which I said aptly and correctly, is what you want to do is you want to extract that word black to mean that they were talking about you, people like me that descend from the peoples of West Africa. They were not talking about you when they used that word black that you would love to extract and break down on 5 different of
You're
8
wrong.
slides.
You're
No,
wrong.
that's not no.
You're
They were
wrong.
hold on, brother. They were not talking about you. They were not talking about you. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to take that word black to where you can gloss it over to mean that they were talking about you or were mentioning. No, they were not. No different than when you want to. Then you want to say that there was no ancient European text, bro. You sound ridiculous. You need to stop and do a little bit
Did
more
you hear what I
research.
said? Did you hear what I said?
I
I
just
said
repeated what you said.
compared to. I
I just
said
repeated
compared to.
what you
Hold
said.
on, Cube. I said compared to African, there is no ancient European text.
Who tried?
There
Hold
is
on.
none. There are
But
none.
you
There are
tried to
none.
compare. I didn't. I made a statement and then you moved on to a comparison, which I did not do. You took it out of the realm of what I initially brought it to you in. I said when
Of
you look,
course.
but why would you
Of
do
course
that
I
when
did.
that's but why would you do that when that's not the scope in which I brought it?
Well, I'm widening the scope of what you're saying.
So so when you widen the scope, then that means you take from my
And,
original
and,
point.
and let
So
me and let me correct you on something that you
you
do
can't.
not know.
You can't.
And let me correct you on something that you do not know. When you look into ancient Kemetic texts and you look at what I think is the tomb of Ida Seti or Ramses, I can't remember which ones particularly. They show you them depicting themselves and all other Africans
So
as the
what?
same. They saw themselves the same as all other Africans, west, east, north, and south.
No, they
They
didn't mean
did
you,
do
bro.
They did.
No,
They
they did not.
did.
No, they
Cube,
did not.
I'm gonna come back and do a part 2.
So let me ask
And
you
I
this
want you to come
question.
back on with some actual evidence other than I think so.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
This is your last question because I want to move on to Brother Hercules.
Well, that's fine, and that's actually fair. So when the ancient Egyptians were using this word that you interpret as black, they had no idea whatsoever that West Africans even existed. They had no idea that these people actually existed on the face of this earth. Are you saying that they were using this word black to also incorporate people that they didn't even know existed? Or were they using this word to incorporate the people that they actually knew?
They were you is what when you look at the four
Brother,
the four
I'm
races
asking
of
you a question.
when you look at the four races of man, they saw themselves.
Brother, I'm asking a
Yes,
question.
they
Are
saw
you gonna answer
themselves
that?
the same as other Africans. Yes, they
No,
did.
no, no. But that's not that's not the question I'm asking. Do you want me to ask it again, or did you forget that fast?
No, I don't want you to ask the question again. I want to move on to Brother
Okay. So are you
Hercules.
gonna answer the question?
I answered your question. The
But you
text
didn't
showed you
though.
that they saw themselves and other Africans as the same.
Okay. But how
There's
can
evidence,
they?
there's physical evidence that they definitely made contact with West Africans. People in West Africa have evidence that they made contact with people in ancient Kemet.
Bro,
So
this is sad,
it's
bro.
not as if they're isolated to say that they didn't know and they didn't make it there. That's untrue.
Bro,
That's untrue. And
go
if
ahead.
you read, you know that.
All right,
You're just
let's let
talking.
it. We're gonna come back. We're gonna come back around to you, Cube. Let's let them go to her.
Yo,
What's
yo,
up,
am I
bro?
coming through clear? I'm on my phone.
Yeah, we hear you. We
Yeah,
hear you.
you good?
Okay, it's the first time I I did it on my phone. So what's going on with the thing with the problem with Q? What the problem that you're getting is the same thing. The problem with most black people who always want to try to attack Kemet is that y'all put it in a box, an isolated box, and just try to deal with it. Kemet itself in this isolate like it's not
Bro,
like
just
it was
ask a
never
question,
connected to
bro.
the rest
Just
of
ask a
Africa.
question.
So
Just ask a question.
No, he can respond if he wants to. He has
bro,
the right to
let
respond
me
to anyone
talk.
on the
Let me
panel.
talk. Okay, you talk. Let me talk because you already talked. All right. So we already know it is proven fact that the people who founded Kemet came from Central and South Africa. All right. They came up and they met up in the kingdom. The kingdom of Kemet was founded by a group of by people from the South and Central. All right, so that is a fact. When we talk about them saying they call themselves black, that is not a question because all of our elders and the scholars, black scholars, agree that the people of Kemet refer to themselves as black. The number one scholar would be checked out to Geop, and right now the modern day scholar would be Obadale Cambone. And one of the things that Check Out the Geop said is that if you want to study the culture of Kemet, then you have to look inward to Africa and look at the rest of the culture in Africa, and you will see the same exact things. So you can understand the Kemetic culture. Now, one of the things that Kemet has with relationship to the rest of Africa is they always refer to themselves as being a dark-skinned people or black people. The reason for that is because they saw the creator as being black. The creator was dark. The creator was a black entity. And the other reason was that they identified with the land. They saw the land and the community and the people as the same thing. And this is, you could get this from Dr. Camelou, Brother Camelou, in his book, Personal Divinity and Nature. He explains it specifically that in all African cultures, in all of them, East, West, North, and South, they all identify with the land. And if you ask them, what do you call the land? What do you refer to as land? And whether it's in Kenya, South Africa, whether it's Zulu or the Congo, whatever language, they call the land dark. This is the land of the dark people. This is the land of black people. And then you ask them, what do you call human beings? What is a person? Then they say a people is a black person. And the evidence of that, and we have it in tree when it's Abibi. Abibi man means black land. OBB man means black land. Abibi fo means black people. It's the same thing in Nigeria and the Congo. There's the word for land being black. Ila Adula War, the land of the blacks, is the same as Adula War, black people. It's all over. So they always refer to themselves as being this dark-skinned people because it was a reflection of them trying to connect with the spiritual being, the entity. And we all know that African people are deeply spiritual and understand that there is a spiritual realm. So this is where we're not understanding. If you're not reading books on African philosophy, you're not going to understand these concepts. So you have to study African philosophy so you can see and understand why they refer to themselves as being black and why they refer to themselves, the land, as being black. Black was not a negative term in African languages. In any African language, black is not a negative term. It's only a European language. So you're not going to refer. So that's one of the reasons.
Herc,
so
let me ask you this, Herc, let me ask you this. Because I don't even think Cube is really arguing any of the points you making. He's saying that he wasn't talking about you and your people as in West Africans.
That's
and
literally
Cube,
it, bro. That's literally it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not talking about spirituality that he's making up.
Yeah,
That's literally it.
So
Well,
my
hold on.
okay,
question,
yeah, I understand
my
that.
question is this: given that we've established that he's arguing that the ancient Kemetic people were not talking about West and Central Africans
And DMG?
being your direct ancestors. I'm walking this out right quick to her. What's your response to his point in saying that the people of ancient Kemet were not talking about West and Central Africans?
Okay, I mean that's I think that's correct because, like you said,
Hold on,
they
say
were
that
over
again.
there in
I'm
Kemet.
correct. I'm correct.
You're correct. Let me say it. Let me
So
clarify
you
this.
said all
You're
that you
correct.
just said for
Hold
no
up. You
reason.
gonna let
Just
me correct? No, because you're not understanding. You're cherry picking the argument. That's what you're doing. While they didn't may not have an idea of people on the west side, you forget that I just said that Kemet was founded by people who came from Central and Southern Africa. So also the West African people also came from Central and Southern Africa. And I just said in modern day language, tree and Nigerian language, the Yoruba, they refer to the language when you ask them, what do you call the land? The land is called the land of the blacks. And when you ask them, Ila Adula War means land of the blacks in Yoruba. And Adula War means black people. Obibi man means black land. And Abibi fo means black people. The BB is the part that's referring to the black. They did not see them. When we talk about West Africa, in all of the West African countries, when you go through the language, black is not a negative term. They don't see that was not a negative term. So to refer to
who said
themselves
black
as
was a
being
negative
black,
term? Who said black was a
I'm
negative
letting you
term?
know. I'm letting you know. I
No, no,
just
no, no, no.
told
Who
you.
said
I
that? No,
just
no. Who said that? Who said that?
all right. Okay. All right. I just told you. Abalade Cambone,
No, no, no,
Dr.
no. Who
Kamalu,
said? No, no,
Dr.
no. Who? No, brother, who said black was a negative term? 'Cause that's the second time you've mentioned that. So I'm trying to figure out who are you talking to?
No,
I said in
hold on a
African
second.
languages, black is not a
Hold on a
negative
second, Hercules. Let
term.
me jump in there.
Okay, but who
Hold on,
said
Hercules.
that? I never
Hold on.
said that.
I said Obadale. I said, oh no, you didn't say it, but I'm just making a point that
So
black is not a
nobody said
negative
it.
term. You did not say
Okay,
it.
okay.
So it's under. So
So
I'm trying to
nobody
make a
said
point
it.
to you.
So nobody said it. You're just responding
Just
to
because
nobody at this
nobody
point.
said it, you're not
So you're
understanding the point.
responding.
You're not
So
understanding the
so so
point.
so you're responding to nobody at this point. Get to what I actually said. Stop responding to nobody. Actually respond to what I said.
I'm trying.
Hold on.
You're so busy trying to be. You're so busy trying to be right. You're not understanding the philosophy of African people because you
Hold on,
want to be right.
Hercules, hold on a second. I understand what you're saying, but let's take it down for a second because I was actually planning on coming back and doing a part 2, and I would definitely probably break down some of those things in more in depth. So I'm definitely coming back to do a part 2 on this. So thank you for your support, but I'm definitely going to be able to break down what you said about the culture actually coming from the South and
So,
in these different things. So
so you
let's say
stopped
that.
him. You
Let's
stopped him
say
to tell us you're gonna come back for a part 2. No, let the brother go.
no, but hold on. No. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
Yo, what is this? You stop
I know what
him to
I'm
tell
doing.
him you're gonna come back
Yes.
for a part 2? Yo,
Hey,
hold on.
Yes.
You
listen,
stop him.
real quick,
What?
family.
I can do
Business
that.
is about to pick up. We got the undeniable superstar Silky D in the building. Silky, what's on your mind?
Silky D. Oh my God.
I just it's just so much. It's like I don't know where to start at, but I'll start
I
here.
know you don't.
Okay, so you screaming West Africa. You steady screaming West Africa. Are the Libyans from West Africa?
Here you come with irrelevant questions. That's
Are
an
the
irrelevant
ancient
question.
Libyans that the
And let me hold on.
Egyptians used to battle against because they already had a military?
Silky, hold on. Let me answer your question. According to the people of ancient Kemet, the Libyans were not Africans. They were Asiatic.
But it
So that's the
can't
end
be
of it.
according to Kemet, bro. It's not according to Kemet.
Oh,
Kemet is
well,
not
hold
the.
on, wait, hold on, stop. Let me deal with it. Okay, hold on, wait. So we're
Hold
gonna
on,
say
hold
all
on,
the. Hold on,
before you
wait. Time out,
respond.
time out.
Before
So
you
first
respond,
off,
we are talking
hold
about
on, wait,
Kemet. So
hold on, slow
therefore,
down. Let me
according to you,
rebut.
that's important.
Everybody,
Yeah,
chill out. Jose, you said that
Afro-Asiatic is
according
what
to
he
ancient
said.
Kemet, you said according to the ancient Kemites, Libya was
They were Asiatic.
Asiatic.
Yeah,
All
he's
right.
okay. Bet. Now hold on. Now let's.
Hold on. Cube said you can't just go off of ancient Kemet, and we're gonna let Silky
And let me respond
respond
to
to what
that,
you just
DMG.
said.
Yeah, let me respond to the
Hold
Asiatic.
on,
So,
Silky, hold on. Silky, mute your mic. If we are talking about ancient Kemet, that's the only perspective that counts. They did not call themselves Afro-Asiatic. That is a modern anachronistic term that didn't exist then. There was no such thing as that.
Okay, hold on,
Some
time
European
out. So you're
scholars,
hold on,
some
wait.
European scholars
You,
made that
you
up.
made a
That doesn't
major
apply.
claim.
That doesn't apply to me.
You made a major claim. You just said the ancient indigenous, the Libyans, are supposedly Asiatic now. Yes.
Did you hear what I said? Listen, you're talking too much.
Are
I
you sure you want to
I
stand
said the
on that?
people. No, I said the people of ancient Kemet would have seen them as Asiatic. I didn't.
The
That's what I said.
when exactly does the Asia? Okay, doesn't Libya predate all that Asiatic stuff, anyways?
No.
No. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh,
When we talk
all
about
right.
put it this way, put it this way, Suki. When we deal with the text, and they talk about Amun, these different people, they would have been considered some sort of Asiatic people. And how do we know that? Because in the primary text, they
Okay,
refer.
hold on, slow down. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me stop you there.
Hold on.
No, because you're saying Asiatic.
Hold on. They say that Kemet said we have the land of Kemet, you have the land of the Asiatics.
Okay, so bet. Slow
They
down
use
now.
that
First
term.
off, hold on, wait. First off, we know the Asiatic area before all the borders, that was all North Africa anyways, yes?
No.
No? So you're
Hell
saying it
no.
wasn't so you're saying there's no type of
So you're
connection
telling me,
occurred nowhere
you're
around
telling me
there.
Kemet was Asia? You telling me Kemet was Asia?
That's part of that was Africa before. You talking about Kemet as Asia? That's all. It was all black. That's all territory. That's all trade. That's all trade route. That's the Strait of Gibraltar, Pillars of Hercules. All that goes around that Iberian Peninsula. Way before that canal was built.
Listen, Silky, you need to come back and do a presentation on what you said, because right now you're just talking. You ain't showing.
I got one. I'll deal with that on the 20. Yeah, I'm gonna throw that in there because you can't say the Libyans.
You just talking.
Nah, because you got to remember you're trying to say, wait, can I rebut you?
So don't just come
Relax, Jose. So hold on, I just want to say this. We know the Libyans are Berbers. And we know the Berbers.
What's being said? Let's let Silky talk.
I know, right? I can't even talk for real though.
No, let him pull up a source, DMG.
I'm gonna use. Hold on, I can't pull sources.
Everybody mute out except Silky. We're gonna let Silky do his thing, then we're gonna go to Hurt, then we're gonna go to Cube, and then we're gonna let Jose close out. Go ahead, Silky.
So we know off rip that the Libyan Berber script is indigenous to Africa, okay? And then furthermore, we know the Amazigh and the North Africans predate Asia. They predate the Arabian invasion and all that. They're indigenous in that land already by 10 to 20K. So that's absurd when you're trying to say that they're claiming they're all Asiatic. But of course, that still was North Africa before it was named Jerusalem, Israel, Lebanon, Jordan, Levant, that. All that was all North Africa. So you're kind of, but you're trying to make the Libyans all Asiatic, man. That's big wrong, bro. You can't be doing that one, man. You can't make the Berber. You're gonna make all the Berbers Asiatic, then you're gonna make all the North Africans Asiatic and say ain't no indigenous North Africans.
Would you like me to answer your question?
Go ahead.
First of all, I told you about 10,000 times. Berber is a word that only came in with the invaders.
So what was they before that?
Okay. Can I finish? The indigenous people.
I didn't even ask you that question. Nobody asked you that. Nobody asked you what they call them.
Hold on.
Like, didn't nobody even mention that?
You're getting off track. Everybody listen. Silky is talking his talk. Whatever you got coming up, Silky, including you and Steve, if y'all locked in for the 23rd.
Yeah, we is.
Talk about it. And then we're going to go to Herc. And then we're going to go to Q, and then Jose going to close out. We getting ready to get out of here. Go ahead and finish up, Silky. You can respond to whoever you want to, because you're going to have the last word, Jose.
Okay. Yeah, it is common knowledge, and you'll be a fool to not study Berber history. Okay, you would be just that's 70% of the history. You need to study everything in Berber. So if you're not studying Berbers, that's another reason why a lot of these cats are left behind in history. And because they're running here talking about what they used to call them. Regardless of what they used to call them, you need to study the literature. You still need to know the history about it, regardless of of all the aliases and names. I can go on and on and on. All these people that are still all Berbers, regardless, by the linguistics, by the culture, by bloodline. So you trying to say that the Amazigh, if you're going to prove to me that all the Amazigh Berbers from Morocco and Libya and all over here in North Africa are from Asia? If you're going to prove that, then I would like to see that, Jose. I would like for you to show me the Libyans being Asiatic. I would love to see that also. I want to see predominant Asiatic in Libya and not predominantly Libyan or African. And I'm going to pass the mic, man. Y'all hit the likes. And I'm accepting all challenges. Anybody want to debate anything I'm saying, feel free to holler at me. Holler at DMG. He'll set it up.
Yeah.
Hey, Silky, talk about what's on the screen right quick.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Berber people who established a Kemetic civilization. Yeah, we're going to dive all into that. I'm going to be breaking down all that Egyptian, Kemetic, all that stuff. Yeah, I'm about to dive all in that. We're going to be showing the tribes. We're going to be showing the culture. We're going to go into the gods. You know what I'm saying? We're going to dive. I'm going to dive in on it. Yeah, I'm going to show y'all a whole lot. It's going to be buku amount of information, all sources, all top scholars, all up-to-date information. Okay, so that's what we on. You know, I'm talking about the Berbers, the people who established Kemetic civilization, the Nile civilization, Egyptian civilization, your gods, all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Y'all know when they say the west side of Egypt, y'all do know they referring to Libya, right? Of course you didn't know that, but it's all right, you know now. This cool though. You gonna learn. I got y'all, man.
Hey, listen, it's going down March 23rd, 7:30 Central Time. The undeniable superstar Silky D will be challenging the Supreme Saber, the Kemet infomonger, Steve Calabro, for the Worldview Wars Debate League Academic Championship. Y'all be here for it. We'll be talking about it a little more the closer we get to it. That being said, let's move on to my man, Herc. Close out, man. Let them know what you got coming up. When you coming back on to give us a presentation?
I don't know. Probably no time soon, but you know, I'm always around. One of the things I want to say, it's always entertaining. You know, what I'm saying, listen to Silky D. I think it's gonna be entertaining to watch that debate. I'm gonna definitely tune in. I think your problem is, Silky, is that, you know what I'm saying, you always keep saying, the Berbers did this, the Berbers was for this. And what Jose was trying to explain to you is that saying that the Berbers, founded Kemet days before Kemet is the same as saying that the Estovians, or the French, founded, Greece. It was the French people. These people, I mean, these people, that language didn't even exist at that time. And so those people didn't exist at that time. And so it's going to be interesting how you prove, these people came, that they did not come from Southern Africa or Central Africa. You're going to have to prove that. That's going to be interesting. But anyway, that's going to be interesting. But so yeah, man, I stand on, me, I stand on what I believe in, and everything that I've learned over the years. I've done 4 videos. I think I got 3 videos on the paradigm shift, on African science, on Black science. I've done about 7
over here. You got a couple on Wavy, and you got a couple on Sinetta, I think.
Yeah, so it's like I've done 7 presentations. I've done 7 presentations on African science, Black science, African spirituality, and how you could prove it, and to stand on it. And every time I did the videos, ain't nobody pop up to question me, to try to challenge me. Q, you wasn't around, bro. And when you watch the videos on Sonetta, you see Ankh and the pseudo killers try to come through. They always, if you pay attention, they switch the conversation. They switch the conversation to stuff like evolution and DNA, because that's the field that they could handle, and that's real slick for them. That's the thing that they do. But what I stand on is my mathematics and the physics, because it's proven, and you can prove it. And so my whole thing is, I'm an African traditionalist, a Black scientist, and I believe that, Black people, we got to get back to doing science the way our ancestors did. And what we was trying to explain to Q was that people in West Africa referred to themselves as being Black because the creator is Black. That's just an African culture thing, from not just in West Africa, South Africa, and East Africa. They saw the creator being Black. I mean, why wouldn't you want to be the same as the creator? That, for them, that logic doesn't make sense. So they referred to themselves as Black, the land as Black, because it was a transcendental thing. The community, connected with the land. So this is an African thing. If you don't read African philosophy, then you're not going to understand these issues, and you're going to challenge it. So I recommend Personal Divinity in Nature by Dr. Kamalu. I recommend Fukiao's book, Dr. Fukiao, his book on African cosmology, Dr. Lukiao, all his books, Dr. Lukiao, his book on transcendental cosmology, the African cosmology. There are a lot of Black scholars that talking about African philosophy, and we're not reading it. You know what I'm saying? We grew up in a Western culture, so we have a Western world view when we approach these subjects. So to get away from this is you have to start reading African philosophy, and if you're not going to read it, then there's no sense for you to try to make an argument against it because you don't understand it. I think that's just asinine. But anyway, a lot of people do that. But I'm used to it,
Hey,
and you know
hey,
what I'm
Herc,
saying. I
I'm
could
finna
defend it.
mess with you, bro. I'm finna mess with you right quick. Don't get mad at me. So you don't want to be in Western culture.
Nah, not really. No, I'm only here because I got kids, man.
Yeah.
So
I'm ready.
what? So
I've
what?
been
So
ready.
what?
I've
So
been
what?
ready to bounce.
So what culture? And Q, I'm purposely agitating because I know what Q finna say. So what culture would you want to be in then?
I would love to go to Africa or Southeast Asia. That's where I lived over there. I lived in those two places.
And
So
what culture do you feel like they in?
I mean, there. So when you're in Africa, in the most part, you're in an African culture with like that Western overtone. You know what I'm saying over there because I mean, you got to remember they was colonized. You know what I'm saying? They still got that. They still got that mindset. They was colonized people. You know what I'm saying? Same thing in South Asia. They, you know what I'm saying? They still got that mindset because they was colonized by the Europeans as well. But they still, they still don't respect the Europeans. You know what I'm saying? It's like being over there was the first time being over there was the first time I realized, you know what I'm saying, when Christmas came around, I didn't realize it because they didn't celebrate it. It wasn't a holiday over there, and I was like, holy shit. I'm in a country that don't celebrate Christmas or Easter and all that stuff. It's a different experience. So yeah, I mean, yeah.
All right, bro. All right. Hey, shout out to my brother, Mr. Phil Fox, bro. I'm getting with you. I'm made a few changes to the channel, so I'm getting some stuff lined up. But I'm definitely gonna be reaching out to you. I got something popping that I definitely want you to be a part of, as far as me having conversations with my Christian brethren and sisters. So I definitely want you in on that. I'm gonna hit you up maybe tomorrow or Friday and see what your schedule looking like. Shout out to my man Brent James. Y'all go over to his channel. I just put the link in the chat. Subscribe to that brother Brent James channel. The brother is really trying to teach the Quran from an honest lens. Enjoyed the brother hitting the panel the other night. Salute to you. Salute to everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Q, talk to him.
yeah, man, it's very interesting. I don't know if Herc is scared, stupid, or
You
lying,
know what I'm
but I
saying?
know
So I
he's
recommend
definitely
personally.
ignorant. Yeah, I don't know if he's scared, stupid, or lying, but he's definitely ignorant. And this was highlighted by him making up things that I said, only to just come back and agree with me, because I said, yo, like ancient, you know, Kemetic people were not talking about black people, and then it took DMG to tell him, like in a third grade fashion, for him to say, well, no, I agree with Cube. Yeah, nigga, I've been saying the same thing the entire time. Like, what are you talking about? So I'm at least glad that he didn't, die on that particular hill. But this dude is just pure confusion. I think he's still confused from the last time I put a few bops up in his goddamn head. And it's okay because he eventually relented and agreed, which is ultimately sad in my opinion. But he also said that, people switched the conversation when he went over the side of the TV and this and that, only to do the same thing himself. Bro, you're not a black scientist. You're a black goofy. I don't believe in a creator, nor do I think anyone else is a creator. And I don't care how much you read Luki Yao until your damn eyes bleed. It doesn't make a creator to be real. You can read whatever you want. And those things can be disproven, bruh. So just move around with that. That's trash. And I would love to set up a debate or whatever have you that you want to do, and I could just totally like just get rid of you on that because this trash is garbage. And please bring your best Lukiao impersonation or whatever the fuck you want to bring. All of that shit is trash. Now back to you, Jose. Yes, back to you. You thought I forgot? No, I didn't. Now Jose said ancient Cometics is the only perspective that counts. Now that's disrespect, bro. That's very disrespectful. That's very disrespectful to all other black people groups on the face of this earth. When did we give a group of dead people the authority to rule over black people in black history? Brother, you sound so damn ignorant to even say such a thing. And why would you say such a thing? The black
Hold
Kemetic
on, hold on, hold on,
perspective. No, no, no,
hold
no,
on,
no, no.
Q.
We don't get the whole. No,
Hold
no, no,
on,
no, no.
hold
We
on,
don't get
hold
the
on.
hold
No,
on.
no, 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 no,
No,
no.
no, no, no. You didn't stop nobody
He's
else. You didn't stop.
Jose, I promise you got the last word, bro, and you're gonna be able to
Yeah,
respond to everything
yeah.
he
I
said.
won't even be able to say anything. I won't even be able to rebut you. I won't even be able to say anything. But you can't rebut this because it's over for you. You cook, nigga. But yeah, who are you to say that the ancient Kemetics is the only perspective that counts? And you said that. And don't even try to say that you didn't, because if you come on here after you just said what you just said, I'm gonna play it on my channel because that is what you said. So you better try to clean it up and not say that you did not say it, because you did say it. And who the hell are we? Or matter of fact, who are you to give a group of, excuse my language, a group of fucking dead people the authority to rule over black people, black history, and what we do in the future that becomes black history? Negro, please, what are you talking about? Can black people not live, produce, invent without ancient Kemet be involved? Can we shit? Can we sneeze? Like, what can we do without these people, these group of people, these dead people being involved? Bro, stop that. I understand that you want to revere and that you love ancient Kemet. That's cool, bro, and I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with it. I don't disagree with the culture. I love what they did. I love their forward thinking mentality. And there's a lot of things that we also use to this day that were produced by ancient Kemet. But that does not mean that we have to live under the auspice of the things that they did in the past. Hell no. We blaze our own trail. Martin Luther King wasn't thinking about no fucking Akhenaten when he was trying to get freedom for black people that lived in his day. He didn't give a damn about none of that. And he didn't care about no crow or whatever the hell those drawings were that you brought up. He didn't care about none of that. And neither did he have to study it to try to get freedom for his people. So all of that is just trash to me. And I don't mean trash as in garbage, we should throw it away and never even look at it. But the way how you're trying to hold it up is that is this should be the end all be all, and we should pay attention to this. And without this, then we have no history. Hell yeah, we got history. Hell yeah, we got history. Bro, stop playing yourself. There's more that I can say, but there's not a lot that you did say. And with that being said, I say peace, good night. And DMG, set up something with this goofy Herc so I could just get him out of here real quick. Peace.
I got you. I got you. Peace, brother.
Yeah, and
Jose.
Jose, I love you, bro. You my brother. You my brother. I love you, bro. I just want to say that. Don't be too hard on me, man. All right,
Well,
peace,
well, well,
y'all.
well,
IQ.
first of all, what I actually said was, in this particular instance, the comedic perspective is the only perspective that counts. We're talking about their perspective on how they saw things. That is what I'm saying. So if they didn't see them as African, we can't impute that on the ancient, on those people, because they didn't see it that way. Is what I'm saying, right? And let me thank Brother Hercules for the support, and let me say Silky D is definitely not going to win that debate. He's not going to be able to show nothing about it. He's going to get murdered.
How you know Silky ain't gonna be
He's
able to
going to
win
get
that debate,
slaughtered.
bro? Come on, bro.
He's going to get slaughtered. Nah, he's going to get slaughtered. History is not on his side in that debate. So it's not. Right? So I thank you for letting me do the presentation, but I have to let Cube know, if you don't read the text and you don't study the culture, then your opinion can't count in this particular case. I respect Hercules' opinion because Hercules has something that he put forth on the subject. I don't have to get up here and scream and yell and talk for a whole half an hour. I'm not going to do that with anyone. If you can't show me a primary text that backs up your point, then they should be talking. I showed several texts that do back up the point of what I said. And I'm going to do a part 2 and get deep into it. It's just that I wasn't able to share my screen at this point in time. So all that cute talk don't count for nothing. I gave a presentation that you can respond to. I didn't just come up here and talk my ass off. People should respect that and come with a presentation if you're going to respond. So once again, thank you, brother, for the support.
100%. Don't forget to plug that channel, bro. Plug that channel.
Solomonic TV, SOLOMONIC TV, and the icon that you saw before. This icon is what is actually there. So you'll see that when so like, share, and subscribe. It is a small channel. I am trying to build it. So I appreciate your support once again, brother. It wasn't a long presentation, but next time I'll come. And I promise to do a more in-depth presentation because it was kind of last minute, whatever. So
You did well, bro. You did well.
I think I did.
No worries.
But you see, when people just want to come and run their mouth because they and think that it sounds good, I'm not for that. Because I've never come on here and run my mouth. I always showed you some sort of text to back up what I'm saying, and that's the problem with people. They want to say something, and you are one who I'm sure spent a long time in the paradigm, whereas I was never a practitioner, so I can respect what you're saying. But nobody's going to come up here and run their mouth and yell and scream and threaten to put me on their platform with a cute little title behind it, because that don't faze me. Somebody did that before, and I told them, I gave you slides, I gave you presentation. If you're not going to do that, it don't count. That don't scare me. All you're doing is promoting my channel anyway, so I don't really care. When you come to a presentation, then I respect you and talk to you. Other than that, yelling and screaming ain't gonna cut it. I don't do that.
100%. We already knowing, bro, and you know, hey, I rock with you till the wheels fall off. As you said, I was in that same paradigm, and I got a healthy amount of respect for it. So yeah, you good to go, bro. I think Q is one of those brothers, man. If he disagree with something, he gonna strongly disagree with it, but he also, it's not personal with him. I can't tell you that. It's not personal with him at all.
But you know me, DMG. I don't like the rah-rah sis boom, but I don't do that. I'm too old for that. I'm not gonna go back and forth. We're not doing 10,001 videos. You can critique and call me whatever you want to, but at least I have a product for you to critique. And that's important.
Hey, I tell people all the time, Q put me in a figure four leg lock on Sarnetta, bro. I was on Sarnetta and I was like, man, God can do anything, man. You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh yeah. He walked me down real slow too, Jose. He was like, oh yeah, God can do anything. I'm like, yeah, God can do anything. This dude asked me if God can make a married bachelor.
Can make a what?
A married bachelor.
Well, you see what I'm saying?
I wanted to fight him, bro. I wanted to fight him, but I couldn't react, right? I couldn't react. Then look, you had Unc on the panel. So when he said, Unc was like, oh, DMG, he got you, bro. I was like, oh man, this dude. Because I ain't know what, I couldn't say nothing. I was so mad at Cube, man.
Yeah, but but we need to understand, people tend to think because you're into science, you can't have a spiritual belief and it's forbidden. That's not true. You don't have to be an atheist to be a scientist. And I keep telling them, the word atheist doesn't apply to you. You're not Greek. Stop running around with other people, with other people's culture. That's not your culture. There's no such thing as African atheist. That don't exist. You can't be Kemetic atheist. You can't be Yoruba atheist. That don't exist. So telling people, talking about you Kemetic atheist and a Christian atheist and a Muslim atheist. According to the modern usage of the word, you can't be. Because you say atheist means, the definition is you don't believe in God.
Hey, look, I got a paper gonna be on Substack in a day or two. I'm just putting the finishing touches on it because I got to come with some sources, right?
Yeah, man. But you have to make these papers longer. I want to see more from you. You have a talent that I wish I had.
Listen,
I can't write.
I can't. When I start trying to go overboard with the writing, then I start rambling. So I just got to keep it where it is, man. Wait till I'm gonna start putting my short stories on there too. I think you're gonna dig those. But
yeah, but you see, you have a talent I don't have. You're a writer, and I envy that writing talent because I wish I could put together a paper and write something.
Listen, I got a paper I know me and Q gonna have a conversation about coming up, bro. And my question in the paper is, why atheism? I'm not saying it is a religion definitively, but I'm saying why atheism can be a religion.
No, it is a religion. And it is a religion based on the meaning of the word religiere, which means to be bound to something. So yes, it is a religion according to the meaning. But the definition, the modern definition, is something different. Just like when you deal with atheists It was used by Greeks to describe people who did not believe in Greek gods. That is what the word meant. But now we're using a definition to say it means you don't believe in God, and that's not necessarily true. So we have to understand the meaning and definition of not believing.
No doubt, no doubt. And yeah, listen,
we're taking these anachronistic positions that don't fit with the history of the word. But you can't be
we're getting ready to get out of here. I just want to show y'all let me show the people a preview of what we got coming up, man. I'm basically doing a podcast based on my Substack. So y'all bear with me, but the conversations, the papers that I put on Substack, I'm basically making it's called an infamous perspective, and that's gonna be the name of the podcast. It's gonna be right here on the channel. And we just gonna set up some conversations for me and my compadres to kind of pass over. Like I say, me and Hemi gonna talk about free will. Me and my brother Darian gonna be talking about a couple of topics, but y'all check us out.
Hating on me, don't stop. Only helping real cause. Hood legend on some pop. Manifested till I'm living large. Highballing cause the sky falling. I'ma catch a little piece though. I ain't worried about your little. No, she easy as a free throw. She wanna hold me like ransom. Just cause I'm young and I'm handsome. Tell all these to have a seat. I know that they cannot stand them. Burn it and roll me another one. I do whatever I feel like. I remember when we dreamed about it. Woke up this morning, it's real life. Trade the whip, trade the currency. Moving like it's an emergency. We gotta check out, it's close to 11, so baby, ride it with some urgency. I'm just here for the fun part, cause I'm good on the money part. I be leaving in the cold season, coming back for the sunny part. With us and get your money up. With us and get your wig split. Ever since I was a little boy, I've been plotting on the bigger.
Yeah, so hopefully y'all will be tuning in, man. We're gonna try to bring some good conversations with you about faith, religion, politics, sex, etc. So y'all, I hope y'all join us for the infamous perspective. I hope y'all keep checking out the Substack. Subscribe to my brother Jose channel. Subscribe to Outside the Cube channel. And everybody that support, we 100% appreciate it. And we will be black tomorrow with the results of MVP Chris Harris versus Big Hemi. We're going to see who's going to walk out with that big gold belt. Go ahead, Jose.
Remember, if nothing, Brother Jose is low-key good for business. Because every time Brother Jose come on here, you get at least one good potential debate out of a Brother Jose presentation.
Facts. So
at least I'm good for business on the channel. So I know you're gonna invite me back because I always come with at least one good debate. So
Big facts. Again. Big facts, man.
Have a good night.
Yes, sir. Can't wait for part 2, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna be a lot more in depth with part 2.
Exactly. All right, family, we out of here, man. That's peace. Come back tomorrow. MVP Chris Harris versus Big Hemi, the Fallout show. We're going to find out who leaving with that big gold belt. 2 brothers came in, only one undisputed world champion going to leave. We're going to find out who it is tomorrow. Also, on Saturday, we got JJ 7000 going at my brother, a pillar of Paradigm Shift TV 314, Cap 10K, the Gabor. Sunday, we got Elder Yara with part 3 of Is Islam the Black Man's Religion? Was Master Fard Muhammad a white man? We're going to get into it, y'all. Y'all come back and rock with us. Till next time, it's your brother DMG. We out. That's peace.
Oh, no, I can't stand it. Don't ever make the mistake of sticking your nose in my business. If I'm down and out, I'll get up and take care of myself. I'm gonna tear you down. When I get to town, we're gonna treat all you women the way women ought to be treated. Miami Beach, get ready. on tour, and we're doing it better than anybody else alive. It's so hard for me to sit back here in this studio looking at a guy out here hollering my name when last year I spent more money on spilled liquor in bars from one side of this world to the other than you made. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine ride, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down.
Yeah. Talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. We don't give a that's what they don't understand. I'm back again like flu season. I broke records while loose leafing. I'm coming down my roof, leaving. Don't give a I don't care. Did this for my lonesome. No wonder now I'm on one. No shortcuts on that long run. All I really want is my share. Get on my God, I might tell them it's nothing. In the discussion, got them feelings, I throw all my pain on percussion. It's disgusting. I hear them bragging about that they did, and it do not move me, not in the least. They ain't been dropping no seeds in the soil, but swear that you on my spot at the feast. I've been on go mode, showboat, rowboat, wave ride. Cool shorty, too naughty, pool party, wet for the face ride. Annie up, penny down, hand me down, thrift store, old drip. New money, too funny, old shorty talking about old. I'm on that now, can't get a pass now. I'm a cash cow, keeping it brash now. Trash now, I'ma spaz out. I've been killing my lows and living on highs. You see in the skies the proof. You could just see in my eyes that there is no lies. I cannot disguise the truth. I've been duck dog getting to my new merch, colored duck sauce on the new couch with my Chuck song. Get the on with that hate. I'm big cool on the small chat, cause I know now that I'm all that. Got a hawk guy on the ball cat. Get the out of my face. Talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. We don't give a that's what they don't understand.